front.
Hey, Shea. Last time you played in this building, it was for Canada alongside Dylan Brooks. I'm just curious, now that you're going against him, has there been any back and forth there? Is there any added motivation?
Yeah, playing against a guy I'm close with, obviously. But when we both get out there, we're competing. We're trying to take each other's heads off. And we're both after winning basketball games and winning this cup. So it won't be friendly tomorrow, but we can deal with it after.
Next row back.
Normally I would ask you a basketball question, but I got to ask you if the album's going to come out anytime soon. Because not only the captions that you have, bro, a lot of times with your posts, you post a lot of unreleased music in there. Because a lot of times I go to Spotify, I'm like, yo, I can't even find a track on there, too. You have a lot of Easter eggs in there, too, as well, with, J-Dub giving the caption. So speak to us about that process. Is there a process with all that? And then, where do the bars come from, bro? Where do you get that from?
Just my music friends is where I get the music from. Whoever you listen to, I'm cool with, and then I get to listen to music a little ahead of time. And then Dub is just bored at home and breaking down my captions. But the captions they just come to me. Whatever's going on, whatever's trending, I just sit there for a bit, think a little bit, and pop it out.
Second row in the center.
Hi, Shea. So you've made significant strides as a defender with your steals numbers going up. So I'm just wondering how you approach guarding some of the league's best players. Is it day to day, week to week?
I just try to make whoever I'm guarding play in their weaknesses. The NBA is full of really good players. And you're not always going to be successful, but trying as much as often to make them play within their weaknesses and not their strengths, I found a little bit of success.
Joe up front.
Hey, Shea. What would a win, not only tomorrow, but then Tuesday, so you get the cup, what would that mean to you?
Yeah, it would mean a lot. It's an opportunity to win. Play the game at a high level. As a kid, you tie your shoes up and play AAU ball to win the tournament at the weekend. You go to college to try to win NCAA tournament or the tournament at the beginning of the season, the Maui Invitational, or whatever it's called. You're always trying to win. And that's my mindset. That's our teammates' mindset. We're always trying to win, so it'd be an opportunity for us to win. And do something we love every day, play basketball.
You mentioned the college part of that, and you've been in a program where you're expected to win games. I don't know if it's the same in the NBA because you're all pros, but you're in this single elimination tournament as the number one overall seed. Do you take anything from that as though this is a tournament that you should win or is yours to win or anything like that?
Yeah, not at all. We like any basketball game, I don't see it as anyone should win before the game tips. You go out there and you have to earn the victory. Now, what that looks like every night is going to change, but you have to go out there and earn it, and you'd be a fool to think that you deserve to win before you go out there and do so. So I don't have that mindset in any game I play, really.
Talking about your teammates, there's three of you are in the an average leading stealing ball per game. So I think it's J-Dub, you, and then Kaysen. But definitely, there's more than only three of you can guard in the. I think there's also Alex, Dort. Mm-hmm. How you guys align with each other internally that could be able to play that kind of defense so aggressively?
Yeah, part of it is our rim protectors. They do such a good job that it allows us to gamble sometimes and be aggressive, knowing that they're behind us to clean stuff up. But calling it like it is, we have a lot of guys that are really good defensively, just their hands and instincts. Obviously, Caruso is proven. Lou is special. Queso's hands are really good. Dub guards all five positions at 6'5". We have a lot of guys that instinctually are really good at defense. And then at the end of the night, we all try to compete. And when you mesh those two things together, it's pretty good defensively.
Nick on your left.
Shay, at 20 years old, you were put in a position of great responsibility, and not just with the basketball in your hands, but organizationally to put your handprints on the program. What have you guys built to allow young guys, guys that are the same age that you were, Kaysen and AJ Mitchell, and some of these guys, to contribute to winning on kind of a stage that you guys have gotten yourself onto now?
Yeah. So I watch a lot of basketball, and one thing I've noticed is winning. It takes the same ingredients no matter what level, and at the end of the day, you can implement that in any situation. And myself and coach, obviously Lou, I think we've been here the longest. K. Rich. We try to make sure that we stay true to those core values that we have as a team and as an organization, and allow players that are coming in to understand what they're coming into, and then that's what we hold them to as a standard. And from there, it keeps everything consistent. It keeps our standard consistent, and we have built on that and got better at that. And then you add getting better as players, and the sky's not the limit. We can go as far as we want to, but I think we have a really good foundation, and that's allowed us to ascend.
I'm going to take the last two on the back left and on the side.
Shay, a few of the guys seem pretty excited about the 2 national games you guys added. I imagine some of that, at least from Alex's point of view, was because you guys, at least Alex, felt a lack of national coverage. But considering that feeling, those emotions, what does this showcase mean in terms of being on the national stage and you guys wanting to be showcased?
Yeah, it's fun. You, as a kid, you grow up, you watch Lakers versus Boston on TV. You watch Miami versus Cleveland. You watch marquee matchups and you watch big games, and you dream about getting there one day. And to be in this position is special. You don't take it for granted. At the end of the day, you just want to win. But it's pretty sweet to be highlighted and showcased in a way. Yeah, it's what dreams are all about, and for them to come true is special.
Last one, standing on your left.
Hi, Sai. My question is not about the NBA Cup or the Thunder. I want to ask you about a coach that you know pretty well. I want to ask you about Jordi. If you expected to see the Nets playing so well, and what means that coach for you?
Yeah, Jordi's a really good coach. We obviously spent the last 2 summers together and achieved some special things. But yeah, he has a way he's trying to play basketball. He holds his players accountable in that way he plays basketball, and players know what to expect from him. And because of that steadiness, it's easy to play for him. And I think that's why you're seeing them have the success they've had. They go out there, they play hard, they play together, they play free. They're all aggressive, they're all in attack mode. They all can shoot, they're all ready to shoot. And yeah, he instills confidence in his players, and you're going to get the best out of your players because of that. And I think that's why we've seen them excel the way they have.
Do you think this is the beginning of a great career as a head coach?
Absolutely. He's just going to continue to grow, continue to get better. But yeah, he's doing a great job.
Thank you, Shay.
Sure.
Rockets will be in here about 3. Take first question on the 3rd row on the aisle on 2.
Jalen, for people who are maybe watching the Thunder for the first time during the NBA Cup, what is it about this team that you hope to show people on kind of a little bit of a bigger stage this weekend?
I think just how hard we play defensively and how together we are as a team. I feel like those 2 things are what really separates us. Obviously, we can score the ball, but I think just on that aspect, it's pretty exciting to watch.
Next question over here on 1 on this corner.
Hey, Jalen. It seems like you guys really like playing with each other. Like, the vibes seem high. You guys always look like you're having fun out there. In your opinion, where does that come from?
I think just like the guys we drafted has been a big part of that. That's one of those luck of the draw blessings that we have with the team. We're all young. So a lot of the guys that got drafted a year before me have only been in the NBA, for like a year longer. So everybody's going through the same phases of their career for the most part. And I think it just comes down to like who we've drafted, and we have a real good group of like genuine guys, and then I think we're winning, so that's usually pretty fun.
Nick, on your left in the front.
Jalen, you've had a lot of different experiences. You've been to All-Star Weekend. You've done a variety of different things, and alongside some of your teammates too. This is obviously a completely new and different and kind of weird experience in some ways. How have you guys in the past cut through the noise to play your best basketball, and what's going to be key again here?
Yeah, you said it. I think just me personally, I did like the finals correspondence thing, and obviously like the playoffs. I feel like this is kind of like the same kind of vibe. All-Star Weekend, just stuff like that. I think we've done a good job of blocking out the noise, and like I said, we have a team that's so involved with ourselves, and we get along so well. This doesn't really feel too new, aside from like the media circuit, but it's just another game. We're gonna go out there and play the way we do usually, and kind of just let the chips fall where they fall. But we've done a good job of just kind of being within the team and understanding what's at stake every time we play.
Next row back, Jonathan.
The top two teams defensively playing each other. Kind of unusual to be playing a third time by mid-December.
Yeah.
What do you take from those two previous games against the Rockets, and how do the two defenses compare? Yours is number one, theirs is the second. Are there comparisons that you would do?
Yeah, I think when, obviously we're that close, so it's probably like a matter of points between who's one or two, but I think both teams do a good job of being really physical and playing hard. That seems to be kind of a lost thing early in the year when everybody's trying to like figure out, how their team wants to play. So you have to give credit to them for how hard they play, and they scheme well, and they have a lot of talented players on their team that can defend and want to defend, which is a big one. And I feel like that's kind of how we are as a team too. So it's always fun playing against them because they give you a playoff feel, and just kind of like later down the line, that's kind of what it's going to feel like. So it's always fun playing against them, and you kind of get to learn more and more about yourself when you play good teams like this.
Standing on the wall, left.
Hi, Jalen. You are just 23, but you are already one of the vets of this locker room.
You said I'm a vet?
I think so. One of those. Just to know if you remember how everything started. I'm talking about the ritual to go after the game for the interview, everybody together. You remember how it started or what happened? When was the first time?
I think it was my sophomore year with like summer league in Utah. Chet barked, and it kind of was like random, like it wasn't like on purpose. And I think Twitter kind of got a hold of it, and then I don't know. Our team's so weird. I don't even remember what happened after that, but we started barking after. But Chet kind of started it by accident. I think maybe one of the interviewers was talking about like having a dog mentality or something, and he barked, and it kind of just took off from there. I think me and Jay Will started doing it, mocking him, and then once Oklahoma gets wind of something like that, they usually stick with it.
You think any time in the future will be normal interviews, or will be forever?
I don't know. I enjoy it. I think everybody else does. We don't do it every time now, but I mean it's kind of like our identity.
Any other questions? Standing on the back left.
Hey, Dub. I don't know if you noticed Alex's retweet yesterday, but he seemed invested in the idea that you guys might have a lack of national TV games. You guys have since been flexing to a couple in January, but I guess this showcase, like being on a broader scale, like what does that mean to you guys as a team, considering that there might be a sense of, a lack of national coverage?
It's something that we all as a team understand, like just being kind of like a small market team. That's just something that comes with it, but we also embrace it a lot. It kind of adds like a chip to our shoulders to a certain extent, and we also like understand like how the media and like the coverage works and stuff like that, and it's something that's kind of like out of our control. All we can do is win games and kind of make it to a point where you need to see us on TV. So that's kind of how we look at it. I don't know if AC follows me on Twitter, so I probably didn't see it.
Last question up here in the front. Two. Thank you. Steve?
Hi, I'm just wondering, what do you make of Cody's season so far, his progress with Utah? And is there anything about your rookie season that you've particularly shared with him, or just seen him, maybe take some interest in?
Yeah, I thought he's done a good job handling everything that's coming to him. Obviously, their team is kind of like in a phase where they're still trying to figure stuff out. So I always try and harp on that with him. You're not playing basketball for a year with this team. Like, you're trying to have a stint of 10 to 15 years of playing. So it's hard, especially because he's 19, 20 years old. So there is a little part of that where there's a little disconnect with me and him, because it's like I couldn't imagine coming into the NBA at 19 and, obviously playing against these guys. So that speaks to how talented he is. So I always try and remind him of that. Like, you're extremely young. You're going to have a lot more years and opportunities to do a lot of things. So a lot of this year is just getting better and staying focused. And you don't want to end the year kind of like the same as you were when you started. So I try and harp on that a little bit. And, it's a marathon, not a race. And everybody's path is completely different. Like, my rookie year is completely different than yours, and that's what makes the experience nice.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Take first question right here on the right. Tim.
Hi, Mark.
Hey.
You guys obviously success isn't new to you guys. You've been winning for a while now, but what can this experience in playing for a trophy, it's not the trophy that you want, but what does this opportunity present as far as just the continued growth, development of this group?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing it can present is we're in a different environment right now than we're used to. And we're in a non-NBA market. It's kind of a departure from the season. Everything from this to the shoot-around is different, and great opportunities for distractions to take our focus off of what we need to do on the court. And ultimately, if you have success, you have to handle more and more distractions and cut through those and stay present through those. And this is an opportunity for us to do that. But aside from that, we're trying to normalize it and treat it like any other game, which it is, obviously.
Up here in the front, second row.
Hey, man.
Hi, Mark. So as a top-ranked defensive team, how do you really plan to go against another top-ranked defensive team while exploiting their weaknesses while promoting your own strengths?
Well, we have great respect for Houston. They've had a great season so far. They're very difficult to play against because of their physicality, athleticism, intensity. They play with great intensity every night. They play to a very high bar. And so it starts with the respect that we have for the opponent. It's hard to score on an opponent if you don't respect them, and we certainly respect them. And so there's ways that we try to crack them. There's ways they try to crack us. Our understanding of each other compounds over time. It'll be our third time playing them, and plus times from last season. But it's possession by possession. It's trying to gain advantages on offense and negate advantages on defense. But it's easier said than done. The better the team is, and Houston's a very good team.
Any other questions? Please raise your hand. We got Nick on the left, on 2, right on the aisle. Thank you.
Mark, just off the top, you were talking about the team's ability to cut through distractions, stay present. What have you seen over the course of time with this group? Any moments that stand out about the way that this team has kind of built that muscle up over the course of time to have an opportunity to flex it again here?
Yeah, I think we've shown uncommon poise and presence over time. Through kind of our rise. Dating back to when we were winning 24 games, and there were distractions that came with that. And then, our play-in year where we were like a 500 team or so. And then last year, I think the team has just continued to do a great job of, like I said, staying very present with the next challenge in front of us, continuing to focus on improving and growing through all the different experiences, not, riding the emotional waves that come with that. But you're only as good as you are in the next challenge and the next hurdle. So none of that stuff counts for our ability to do it now. And so we've got to replicate that both in how we behave, off the court and how we play on it.
Joe in the center.
Mark.
Hey.
I don't necessarily mean just being in the Final Four of an NBA Cup, but you're the number 1 team in the West think second best overall record or close. And part of that is why you're here. So are you where you expected to be at this point in the season?
I don't really have any expectations, and it's we still have 70-something% of the season remaining, and we're still in the mode of trying to grow as a team. You know, you don't want to be a finished product in December. You want to be a growing team that's building momentum through the experiences of the season, and the only way to do that is to focus on improving. And so, you know, regardless of where our record lands us right now, you know, it doesn't count for anything in December. So we're trying to build ourselves. We're trying to strengthen our muscle throughout the course of the season. We're bumping up against different challenges that we're having to overcome. We're having to solve different puzzles. Players are changing and growing and evolving because we have young players still, and it's critical that we see them as unfinished products that are constantly improving. And so we really try to stay focused on that, regardless of where that lands us in the standings or what the outcome of any game is. And we just continue to bet on that and hope and trust that that'll land us in the most fully actualized version of our team that we can get to this season and in seasons in the future.
Steve, on the left front.
Distractions seems like such a coaching staff kind of word. Do you get any sense that your players are excited about this, that they've bought into the locale or the prize money or the bragging rights, anything at all about this?
I think at the essence, players are competitive. When we have practice and there's, half the team in blue, half the team in white, and we put a scoreboard on and it's time to compete, they play really, really hard. And I would expect that to be the case for 29 other teams. I think you're talking about people who have ascended to the most competitive level they could possibly ascend to as players. And so competition turns them on regardless of the circumstance. So if it's competition in the NBA Cup, they're going to try to win it. If it's competition, on a Tuesday night in January, they're going to try to win. And if it's competition in a practice, they're going to try to win. That's just who they all are as competitors. That's why all these guys are in the NBA. So yeah, they're excited about the competition, but they're always excited about the competition. And I think this team's proven that in a lot of different contexts.
Thank you, Coach. Jalen Williams will be up.
Nah, I didn't know that. I guess it's cool, but it's another game. Another way to go out there and showcase our game, our style of play, and then we'll go out there trying to win the game. But we don't really focus on that. We're focusing on the game.
What's it like to go against? You play together. What's it like to go against him?
It's always fun, competitive. He's a real competitive guy. You just go out there and compete and play hard, which that's what he's all about, and that's what I'm all about as well. So it's always fun to go against one of my summertime teammates.
Lou, what's it like for you guys as a team to play in Vegas in the middle of December? I mean, obviously not an NBA city, but what's that like for you guys to kind of mix it up in that way?
Yeah, it's something different. It's definitely nice to be out there, having a lot of media coverage for sure. But, it's a great experience. The league is doing something great, and then we're really happy to be a part of it.
What's key for you guys against Houston tomorrow, knowing that you just played them about a week ago?
Yeah, a tough team. They'll come out here and compete. We just got to match our energy, and then you go out there and play hard.
As somebody who's been chasing great guards for your whole career, what does it mean to you when you see a young guy like Dyson become one of those guys in the fraternity of ball hawks?
Yeah, he's a pretty good defender, and then guys like that, you just got to be thrown out there, and then you got to show what they can do, and he's one of them. He's a guy that keeps showing and proving that he's an excellent defender. He got great hands, and then it's great that he's getting recognized for that right now.
What's more important, like quick hands and hand-eye coordination, or like wingspan? Like what's more valuable?
It's a tough one. I guess both. I'm not really a hands guy. I'm more of a feet guy, just trying to stay in front. So that's a good question. I can't give you that answer. I don't know.
So it's not hands if you don't have hands, right? It'll be feet then.
Yeah,
right?
If you don't have hands, for me it'll be feet for sure.
Lou, to that point, when it comes to your defensive craft, you guys are all subject to the whistle at some point. And I'm certainly not trying to get any money out of your pocket, but I wonder if you go back to last season, the second half of the year, the whistle lightened up. Guys could be more physical. That was a big storyline. How are you finding it so far this year in terms of you being allowed to do what you do?
mean, the way I approach the game, I can't go thinking about the whistle. You know, I got to go out there and just still do my job. I'm an aggressive player. I always play hard, and I compete really hard. So, you know, whatever decision the refs makes or whatever, it's not on me. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna approach my game the same way.
Very political answer. Was it last year though? Did it feel freeing or just or different in terms of that aspect of the game in the second half of the year?
I mean, if you look at the numbers, maybe yeah, but like I said, the way that I approach the game and the way that I play, it wasn't any difference for me. Yeah.
The coach always said he doesn't want you guys get distracted and then wanted to treat every game like a regular game. But then now you're in Vegas. Do you see this game a little bit different now? And then what coach said to you guys?
As of right now, with all this media coverage, no. But whenever we get ready to play the game, it's going to be a regular game. You know, our approach, the way we scout the other team, and the way we, work on our stuff for the game, it's always the same. So, you know, we're just excited to be here. We're going to try to not get distracted by all this stuff outside, but, you know, we'll be ready to go.
Isaiah, I know you guys are more used to being in Las Vegas during the summer, but what's it like being here in the middle of December right now?
Felt different. I mean, just coming in here when it's not for Summer League felt a little different. But it's cool. I mean, I think we're treating it like any other game. Just coming into this, not trying to make it bigger or smaller than what it is. It's a normal game, something we're playing for, and it's an opportunity to get prepared. So it's good.
Along those same lines, Coach always talks about the value of just gathering a bunch of different experiences. Just how valuable is this, playing in a neutral site like this in a different environment?
It's big. I mean, I think it's big for our growth, just having another opportunity to play something like this in the middle of the season. I think it's big. I think the NBA did a great job of putting this together, having something that we can really play for in the middle of the season. I mean, I'm from Europe. We have a lot of cup games, and I always loved it growing up. So having something like this in the NBA is, I think, something that kind of gives us another push in the middle of the season.
Jay, I don't know if you paid attention to like the national TV schedule you guys have. Alex seems invested in it. He retweeted something yesterday about the lack of national coverage. I guess what does this showcase maybe mean for you guys, just being in this spotlight as a team that's maybe wanted that kind of coverage?
I mean, I think we got 2 more games, right? Got two more extra games, so I got excited for that. Again, it's something big for us. I mean, I feel like we definitely should. I mean, we're number 1 in the West. We should be on TV more. I mean, I think that the NBA kind of saw it, giving us 2 more games. But it's something big, and I mean, it's another opportunity to show yourself, another opportunity to play in front of a different crowd, play in front of the national TV. So I think it's something exciting for us.
Yeah, I know. You know, the business model is what it is, but if you had to put yourself in those shoes, like, what do you think it is from the outside looking in that people are seeing that maybe keeps them, like, hesitant from marketing you guys?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like, it's not my role, but I know we're number 1 in the West. We got personalities like Shea, Dub, and all those guys, so I feel like it should be more, but again, that's not my decision, and so I'm going to let them kind of do. I mean, they gave us 2 more games, so I guess we can't really complain. So, yeah.
Is it what's fun about playing with Shea?
He's a team guy. I mean, I feel like he does on both ends of the court. I mean, I don't think you have a lot of stars that do it on both ends of the court, and I think he does a great job of doing that. He sacrifices for the team. He's a great team player, and yeah.
Is there any extra juice to this game since you just lost to the Rockets recently?
I don't think it's because we lost to the Rockets. It's more just another opportunity to play again. I don't think we have juice. Doesn't matter who we would play against tomorrow. So, yeah.
Looks like the gang is back together there. Chet's on the road with the guy Oos, Jay Will.
Yeah, we had everyone. I mean, the plane was full finally. So, no, it's good. I mean, good seeing guys like Chet, Jay Will, Oos. Top is back on the trip too. Just so having all those guys around was good. But the dinner bill was definitely a little higher than usual. So,
how do you guys balance having this much fun but also holding each other accountable when it comes down to it?
I think because we take our craft really serious. I mean, we're loose to a certain extent, but we know when to lock in, when to focus. We all want to win. We're all really competitive, so I think that's what helps a lot.
There's a lot of love for you in New York, as you know, still. Yeah. If you guys end up to play Trae Young in the finals, Knicks fans are going to expect that extra juice from you.
Yeah,
do you have that extra incentive, if that happens?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have let him roll the dice on the midcourt if I was there, for sure not. But I would have done some. But, yeah, I mean, I always got love for New York, but I'm excited to play any team that we play against. But
who's playing the bill when you guys go to dinner?
Right now, mostly Shea. I try to, but Shea takes it, so I just let him have it.
What do you mean? He snatches it from you?
Yeah, he snatches it from me, so I got next time, but he normally takes it.
Where'd y'all go?
I don't remember. I think it was like Carbone or something like that Italian spot.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the future of the NBA here in Vegas in terms of moving a team here?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it'd be good. I mean, I haven't really looked into it. I mean, I think they're going to do it regardless. I think it's a good market to have. But yeah.
You've obviously played within your role, but talk about that 3-ball for years now.
Yeah.
When do you think you will be able to start soaking?
It's coming. I mean, me breaking my hand did not help with that at all, but it's coming. I think when I get more loose and get back into it, definitely.
Have you envisioned what playing with Chet will look like at all?
We did it in the preseason. I think it's good. I mean, I feel like he's so skilled that we can play together. I mean, he can play the 4. I can play the 5. We can switch. It's not like I'm big, but I still play a different way. Like, I'm not just posting up. I'm still moving the ball. I'm still being able to be up in coverage, play different type of style. So I think it's gonna be good when he comes back.
Jay, I don't know that you grew up necessarily wanting to be a defender, but are there team defenses you watched growing up that maybe inspired you?
Definitely didn't want to be a defender growing up, for sure. Probably later in my career, probably when I was trying to get more time with the Rockets, I probably started to watch more Draymond, kind of how he plays team defense, how he defends guys. So he was probably a guy I watched a lot, and just how he approaches the game.
Last question for Julian. Ich hatte noch eine Frage für euch. Und zwar, was bedeutet für dich so der NBA Cup oder wie ist die Atmosphäre oder was ist so sozusagen das ganze Gefühl für dich generell gerade zu den Playoffs?
Ja, es ist auf jeden Fall toll. Ich meine, ich bin ja aufgewachsen, wo man in Deutschland die ganzen Cups spielt. So eine Gelegenheit, mitten in der Saison halt wieder was zu spielen, ist sehr aufregend und ich bin sehr gespannt auf morgen.
Und wie schätzt du es ein, jetzt, dass immer mehr Deutsche in die NBA kommen? Das war ja vor ein paar Jahren auch noch nicht so. Freust du dich da oder woran glaubst du, liegt das, dass da jetzt mehr kommt?
Es ist auf jeden Fall toll. Ich meine, ich glaube, wir haben jetzt 8 oder 9 NBA-Spieler. Ich glaube, ich weiß nicht, wie viele Länder mehr haben. Weiß nicht, ich glaube, die Entwicklung in Deutschland wird immer besser und besser. Ich glaube, Basketball wächst immer ein bisschen mehr in Deutschland. Ich meine, wo ich aufgewachsen bin, haben jüngere Spieler nicht in der BBL gespielt. Deswegen musste ich nach Kaunas gehen. Aber ich glaube, jetzt spielen die mehr, jetzt kommen die mehr diese Gelegenheit auch in der BBL zu spielen. Und ich glaube, das hilft auf jeden Fall.
Und siehst du doch mal eine Rückkehr von dir in die Nationalmannschaft?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Ich meine, ich sage es immer, NBA ist für mich immer Nummer 1. Ich bin immer aufgewachsen, wollte immer in der NBA spielen. Und ja, ich habe eine Familie, jetzt muss ich erstmal darauf aufpassen. Danke. Aber wird auf jeden Fall passieren. Ich meine, ich glaube, davor war ich entweder verletzt oder war ich in den Playoffs oder musste mich für einen Vertrag spielen. Also war es immer anders. Aber ich meine, wir haben noch nicht Kontakt, aber ich glaube, in der Zukunft werden wir auf jeden Fall spielen.
Okay.
Good. Hello. Kason, I know you guys are used to being in Las Vegas during the summertime, but what's it like being here in the middle of December right now?
It's a little different. You know, it doesn't look the same at all. It doesn't look the same, feel the same. So Vegas isn't as bad as I thought it was.
Coach Daigneault always talks about the value of different experiences in the middle of a season like this. How valuable is this, a neutral site opportunity to play against the Rockets in this sort of environment?
I don't really know yet because I haven't been there, but I'm ready to see what the games hold and how the environment fields and the lessons I can learn from it.
What do you guys need to do against the Rockets tomorrow? What's kind of the key to making sure you get off to a good start?
I think when we have fun, that's when we're the most dangerous. So making sure we going out there and having fun early in the game, so whatever happens later on, we can stick together.
What are the benefits of playing this team already twice?
We kind of know some of their schemes, how they like to play, how to guard their main engines. So I feel like we're pretty comfortable with playing them.
When you say you didn't think Vegas was like this, what did you mean by that? I'm just curious.
Usually you see Vegas with a lot of people. It's hot. Now it's not hot and it's not a lot of people. So total opposite.
What's this experience? What do you think this can do for a team? Like, obviously, you guys have had the national TV games. You guys are coming off a good playoff run. But what can this kind of experience do for this team?
Just give us extra experience. We never played in a cup. We never played in a tournament type, game. So being here in Vegas, which is different for us, like I said, I've never been out here besides Summer League. So just a different look.
What's it like to have the whole team here? Chet's here, Jay Will's here.
It gives us a little extra life, seeing those guys on the court and their presence, just being around in the locker room, on the plane. It feels great.
Because you guys are the first seed of the West Coast, do you feel like you're at the first seed too, compared among those another three teams?
We're going in with a 0-0 mindset, so no matter if we were first or last in the West, I feel like we'll come out with the same intensity.
Anything else for Jason? Defensively, when did you learn to enjoy playing defense the way you have?
It started early in my basketball career, my dad. So going out there and being able to stop somebody from doing what they wake up and eat, breathe, and all that. So just being that guy that makes it tough for them.
Those guys, when they're young, want to score the ball. Why were you attracted to the defensive side more?
Because, like you said, everybody can score the ball, but everybody can't guard, and I want it to be different.
This team probably is fighting for a title, for a ring in the following year. This NBA Cup is like a rehearsal for those kind of challenges.
Yes. It just gives us extra experience and a little bit of something to look forward to.
How different is to play for a title when you are playing in Vegas, in a city like Vegas, with a lot of distractions out there?
I've never played for a title, so we'll see what happens.
Jay Will's got a loud voice, commands a lot of attention.
There's two Jay Wills.
Well, sorry, not J-Dub, not the wing, our post guy, Jalen Williams from Arkansas. He thinks of himself as the enforcer on the team, and he carries himself like that, so we'll give him that credit.
He would have your back like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Alex, for a young team like this, how valuable can this experience be? Just something different, playing in a neutral site like this, in a new city like this.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the ability to do this during the season is it's a big responsibility, but it's a big opportunity for us just to be able to, break the norm of the season. Kind of that gridlock of 25 games in, you're like halfway to All-Star break almost. This is kind of a more mental refresh for us that I think is going to be really beneficial, but also just the ability to showcase, the team we have. We got a bunch of guys that are really good basketball players, really competitive, and really close. So I think the opportunity for us to come out here and show that and put our brand of basketball on display is really good.
Is it beneficial that you guys just went up against the Rockets like a week ago, and now you're about to face them in this sort of environment here today?
Yeah, we play, preseason at home early in the year at their place, so we've got a good dose of them. They've got a good dose of us. We pretty much know, what the game's going to look like. It's just about going out there and competing at a high level and taking care of business. They're probably saying the same thing, so I guess that's why we, throw the ball up and play the game.
As a veteran, what makes this team so special in terms of every time I see them, they're always doing things together. Mm-hmm. Even after the game, they're doing the interview together. What makes them so special as a young team that you see is very unique?
Yeah, I think, we give credit to the players first just because they're all really good guys. They all really have kind of the same focus, which is, they want to get better. They want to be the best versions of themselves. They want to compete. They want to win basketball games. And then ultimately, the organization's just done a great job of bringing guys in that, want to represent everything that OKC is about. Team first, from Shea down to, our two-way guys or E10 guys. Like, everyone's treated the same. Everyone holds each other to the same standard and accountability. So I think with an atmosphere and a culture like that, it makes it really easy for, really good basketball players to thrive.